restaurants in N65 Connaught Place. It was a very small restaurant, about 120 seats.
Yeah.
But when I joined in, we built that restaurant to 400 seats. We took the adjoining premise.
Yeah.
We built it to 400 seats. And it was one hell of a stint for me. I really enjoyed it. We have done phenomenal amount of sales. I remember we had 13 cash tills on the counter, and each till during the lunch had about 14 to 15 people.
Right.
So you can imagine what kind of numbers we were churning. And I was really happy to be part of it. And that really taught me how to build kitchens and how to get the right flow.
Right.
And I'm very, very glad that I was there.
Just putting in context, my wife and, she was at boarding school and she used to, we studied in Sinnar together, and she was on Calcutta party or Guwahati party. So they had to go to, either Calcutta or Assam. The train would stop in New Delhi railway station for 90 minutes or thereabouts. And all of them would go running to Wimpy's. Okay, so they could pick up like a chicken in a bun and some chicken nuggets, get back in the train and, get back there. So that was the rage. I remember when, I think it was maybe my 16th birthday, and I'm now moved, again from Sinnar to a Delhi school. And I asked my friends, what do you guys want to do? And they're like, Wimpy chalte hain lunch ke liye. Right? So it just became an institution. And you're right, when it started, I think where the Lacoste shop, is today in CP, and that's where you started. And then eventually moved to the corner plot.
Correct.
And you had, the lower floors and top floors and chocolate block packed all the time.
Absolutely.
And context again for fast food at the time, you had Nirulas, right? And you had Wimpy's. There was nothing else.
There was nothing else. We were literally ruling the market. And as you said, so 3 of our products are very, very popular.
Right.
We used to go berserk making them. One was the chicken in a bun, if you remember.
Of course.
That was the most sumptuous and the tastiest product. The other one was Maxi Burger, because we Indians love mutton.
Right.
And it had a mutton patty, and it was all grilled.
Yeah.
So people used to love that, and we used to sell in huge numbers. And the third was the milkshakes. If you remember, we had the biggest machine in town that time, and we were selling over 300 plus portions a day.
Nice.
Which was fabulous, which was really good, actually.
And how did Nirulas respond to this? Because Nirulas used to be the old timer, like when we were like really small, we used to go to Nirulas and eat that, their burger, which was very sad in comparison.
So you're putting me on spot, but I'm happy to share that. We always had this little tiff with Nirulas as a brand, and I used to always call them the modern, halwais. And but we had a good share of our laugh.
Right.
And we were doing fairly well. Our one outlet used to do so much numbers that you could easily equate with several of the other brands.
So where did it go wrong for Wimpy's? Because here's a chain which said you're like the rage, people are like queued up outside. Where did it start going wrong for the brand?
So again, you're putting me on a spot. So there were certain things which did not went right. And because of those simple reasons, we could not manage the business right.
Sure.
And they were disastrous. Had they been clamped there and then, we would have been the biggest chain. I remember the current or the last, McDonald's franchisee used to, at one point in time, wanted to sign up Wimpy and scale it very big.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we couldn't.
Sure. Yeah. Interesting. Where was that? I think I was going through Cape Town airport, and I still saw Wimpy's, counter at the airport, and it was bringing back some fond memories.
Yeah. So Wimpy still has about 102 or 104 restaurants, predominantly more strong in Africa, South Africa. But there are a lot of them coming up in UK also right now, and they're coming back because Wimpy has that nostalgic food memories of early fast food in QSR system. So it's coming
and the mascot was from the Popeye cartoons, like the Wimpy from Popeye, right?
Yes, that's right.
That's right. Awesome. And then, of course, you throw all of this and you say, I'm going to go to the US. And you end up in Long Island at a hot dog restaurant.
Yes. So what happened was when I was done with Wimpy's, I moved to US, and I was glad to join a chain called Nathan's, which is incidentally world's biggest hot dog chain. I used to work with their $1 million plus store. This used to be in Home Depot. They used to run promotions like, $1 each for a hot dog. And it used to be a crazy number by the end of the day.
Did they ever eat all you can eat promotion they would run as well?
Yeah. It was fabulous. And their hot dogs are really one of the best. That's the place where I, again, really understood what a good kitchen in a QSR means. And, why less is more? Because in today's time, people want everything to be held and they want to do everything, whatever is possible to
I'm
them.
sure you love this particular clip. If you want to watch the full episode, click on the link below and watch the whole episode.